It seems the world is conspiring to keep me from my me time, as my mobile vibrates in my pockets the moment I find something from the shelves of the classic literature section.
Marianne McCulloch, Charlie Rose Design speaking.
Marianne McCulloch. Oh, sorry.
Rose!
Oh
Look
my.
at her face.
She looks pale as a corpse.
Ha!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 4pixels. Kime and Coco are here with our guests, Buttons and Leif from Cacophony of Games, and we are continuing the letter.
Yeah.
Woo!
I can only stare her down when she refuses to let go of the book. Refusing to let go of it as well, I raised a brow at her in hopes that the fact that I was significantly taller than her would intimidate the girl.
Not
Ha.
this one.
She's Scottish. That's not gonna work.
Oh, bruh. Even then, she refused with a rebellious look.
This isn't exactly light reading, miss. I mean, do you even know which architect was at the forefront of 18th century Irish architecture?
A beat.
Christ.
Wow.
Marianne. You're just tearing her apart and you don't even know her.
She blinks, and I can't help the smirk on my face. Which is wiped off when she opens her mouth.
Edward Lovett Pierce, who established
Ah,
the
yes.
style through his work with Castletown House and the Irish Houses of Parliament.
You go.
This bridge was destroyed in this year to delay French troops while under the regency of Mary of Guise.
This is not what I was expecting.
You messed with the wrong guard.
Her heart does a flip.
Let's be honest. How many people would know these history facts? Aside from me, anyway.
Going right to the obscure ones, aren't you? Easy enough. Tullybody Old Bridge in Clackmannanshire, Scotland, on the January of 1560, if we want to be specific.
Was the achievement that just popped up called Pop Chef?
Pop quiz, I think.
Oh, damn. I was hoping it was a Top Chef play. Suddenly, it's a game where we throw these history questions and facts at each other, back and forth, in hushed tones unless you want to be thrown out of the library. After a while, it goes from some strange competition to this strange but friendly banter, if it could be called that.
Nah,
It's
hard
flirting.
flirting.
It's definitely called flirting.
Oh yeah, nerd flirting.
But as fun as it is, the exchange soon slows down until we're grinning at how odd this whole scene is.
Marianne McCulloch, my desire for potatoes doesn't quite match what the stereotypes suggest.
I have the stereotype.
Yo, me too, I love potatoes.
Scott's supposed hatred for the English wasn't enough to stop me from teaching their little spawns.
Amazing.
By then, we had forgotten about our little tug-of-war, although she still holds the book in her hands. I had let go of it without realising when she answered my first question.
Ha.
History teacher, then?
Got it in one.
No wonder you gave me a run for my money. Now, if we're talking about architecture, I'd blow you out of the water. You're from where? Luxburn Uni?
Oh no, just St. Goretti's.
Oh yes, St. Charity. You'd think a school would choose a more appropriate saint to name themselves after, especially when they have very young students.
And I'm guessing you're an architect. if you're so confident about the subject.
Interior designer, Miss Gales.
Please, just call me Rebecca. You aren't one of my students, are you?
I don't
Marianne,
think
then.
that she would mind. I could have said that I was an architect, but there's no point in explaining why I wasn't one anymore.
So, I've never seen you before. I'd like to think I've met every history aficionado in town.
I blame the rock I've been hiding under, of course. That, and I'm usually only here on the weekdays if time allows. Work often has me meeting clients on the weekends.
That must be interesting work.
It allows for some creative freedom, sure. But it's like working with children sometimes. Though you probably have it harder working with actual children.
Considering you're one of your current clients, and I wouldn't say so.
Truth.
True.
The hardest part is convincing them that your idea is their idea.
That sounds exciting.
It is!
But isn't that true for any workplace, though? We just cross our fingers and hope there aren't any man-children in charge of important things.
Accurate.
Shh.
Any big projects right now? I can't imagine that interior designing is a frequent thing.
I'm working on the Ermengarde mansion. Lucky me. That mansion. Intach. Wonderful. Breathtaking. I can't wait to start in it. Now that is beautiful architecture.
A pause. It looks like she wants to say something at my mention of the house. I'm not surprised. That place is certainly popular with the locals, especially with the urban legends attached to it. In the next second, though, she seems to think better of it and drops what she's about to say.
So, do you have a portfolio or anything I can take a look at? I'd love to see your designs. Maybe you have some on a tablet? I've met some designers before, and they're always going crazy over these virtual room apps or another.
A tablet? Please. Callicrates didn't need those silly iTabs when he built the Parthenon. I certainly don't need one to design a house.
The computer back at my place is all I have. Why should I buy such an expensive gadget that will just get outdated within a year, when what I have is just as functional? Because they're cool, Marianne! The traditional ways had a far more personal touch, in my opinion. Not to mention, those smartphones are awful tools of procrastination.
Excuse you.
Well, Kime, please. I see your Twitter.
Uh-huh.
I can't even count on one hand the number of people I see going outside, only to have their eyes glued to the things. And fuck touchscreens. They're evil little things that make typing, which should have been simple task, harder.
True. That
Not
part
wrong,
I
Yo,
actually.
for
agree
real.
with. I'm having to use a touchscreen computer right now for this. That's why you probably sometimes see like a little
I do
dot
have an
appear.
online portfolio if you
Oh,
like.
that's what it
Ah.
is. Speaking, or thinking of the devil seems to have summoned it, because before I can even carry on, Rebecca's attention wanes as she pulls out her mobile. For what I can only assume is a call, she gives me an apologetic look before standing up and excusing herself. Off farther into the aisle she goes, for some privacy.
Such a cute face.
Mm-hmm.
Is this when Rose calls her to be like, hey, you need to come get Isabella?
Maybe?
Let's see.
We're on what, the 19th? We're early, aren't we?
Let's see. But yeah, it has to be like yeah, we're on the we're on the 19th, I think, or 18th, somewhere around here.
Yeah, okay.
So no, not yet. Oh.
I do my best to give it to her as well, trying to tune her out.
Belle, is something wrong? Lunch at the coffee house? Sure, I can make it. I'm not too far. I can be there in 10.
Okay, so this is probably after, just a
Oh,
little bit after the open.
this is the celebration lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But with how quiet the surrounding is, she can't blame me if I overhear snippets of her conversation. When she returns with a sheepish look on her face, I know that her friendly chat has to be cut short.
Sorry, I have to go and meet with some friends.
It's fine. Totally fine. No need to even apologize.
About the book.
With a blush. Her embarrassment increases twofold when she realises she's still holding on to history of Luxembourg architecture. I don't give her time to think about it, as I put a hand up and shake my head. Fishing out a pen and paper from my bag along with one of my business cards, I hand them over to her.
You know, I'm busy with work, so I might not even be able to take a peek at it anytime soon. You can go ahead and have it. But you'll have to ring me up when you're returning it just so I can snag it right away. Deal?
Smooth.
Smooth as fuck.
Yep.
She makes quick work, pinning her number down and handing it back to me with a grin.
Deal. Just message me during school hours, of course. You have a good day then.
You too.
With Rebecca gone, I'm left alone standing in the history section. Although my original plans were simply to sit down and read a good book, our little pop quiz, if you could call it that, made the time pass without any of us even realising it. It was fun, and I do believe I've made a new friend. Good job, Marianne.
Or girlfriend.
Girlfriend. No. I'm still on board with her and Hannah. Just saying. Even with the talk of lunch, however, I don't feel like grabbing a bite to eat. There are still other books to be read here, and I'm hoping to find something that will help me while I work with the rights. Something like How to Deal with Arseholes Professionally 101. Just in case.
Sounds like a good book to have.
Would help.
Oh, would need.
That's my life.
I've dealt with a lot of uppity, snooty and rich clients before, but it's still better to be safe than sorry. Because Luke Wright just takes the fucking cake. And he probably manages to eat it too. It seems the world is conspiring to keep me from my me time, as my mobile vibrates in my pockets the moment I find something from the shelves of the classic literature section.
Marianne McCulloch, Charlie Rose Design speaking.
Marianne McCullough. Oh, sorry.
Rose!
Oh
Look
my.
at her face.
Rose Cooper here, Miss McCullough.
She looks pale as a
No,
corpse.
I didn't catch you at all.
Ha!
But I just wanted to check in and tell you that we've got the clear to hand over the documents. Madam Wright told us that we should forward the floor plans to you.
Already? How did they go through the process so fast?
Money.
Money.
Surely. There is so much red tape to even acquire the forms and the transferring of rights. No matter how rich the rights are, it shouldn't be this quick, right?
Money.
So, if I can just have your email, I'll be sending them your way.
I'd actually like a physical copy of the floor plans.
QT.
Oh, I suppose that's fine. I'm not at the office right now, but I can inform Miss Santos of your request.
I'll make sure to drop by the office after lunch if that's fine.
Not a problem. Right. Well, cheers.
Right. Cheers.
I don't know. I just know. There's some sort of deeper miscommunication when we last met. These things take time. Been what? A day? Less than that even. There isn't even a point in trying to make sense of these people who seem to be larger than life. As it looks like I'm on the clock starting today, I might as well eat.
So it looks like we've jumped over to October 22nd now.
Yeah.
I was the one reading, or
Look at that cute picture!
It's super cute. Holy shit.
I can't remember who was reading. It was either you or me. You go
Uh,
ahead.
I think it was Kime.
Okay.
does anyone remember? Okay. Marianne befriended Rebecca Gaius during a visit to the library. Marianne received a call from Rose Cooper afterwards, informing her that the Ermengarde Mansion's floor plans were ready for pickup at their office.
Alright, I guess those are from the other chapters.
Yeah. Although I was actually just curious to see what else happens on this day.
The Wrights get their stuff from BRC, and the celebration lunch with the spooky girl in the mirror, or in the window rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And then it also looks like...
Oh, I forgot that's when they scheduled that meeting.
Yeah. Okay. So that helps kind of put things into perspective when other characters are having things happen. And, for example, the call and everything is just like, hold on, what else happened this day? We've gone
you
through the
see that?
timeline so many times.
Did you see that the voice actor for the professor liked your tweet, by the by?
My tweet?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
The scariest part of the recording was recorded today, or whatever it was.
Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, I'm not entirely surprised because voice actors for these kind of projects tend to be really hype about it.
It's a
So-
good project to be hype about. This project's really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, this is better than a lot of games that I've spent like $60 on.
To be fair, most indie games are like that.
True. True. This one's like extra good.
Oh, did you already read this line?
Yeah, I read this one, sorry.
Okay.
What? Sorry. Beelined immediately to the title.
Wait, what?
Marquis de Sade's The Crime of Love?
Oh.
And then
okay.
after that, it mentions
I was
Rebecca.
I was like, wait, what are you guys seeing?
No, I did. Well, I was joking. I was making BDSM jokes the whole time, but then she has a Marquis de Sade book, so I mean, whatever. Grabbing some fish and chips from one of the street food stalls, I find a table to spend time with a copy of Marquis de Sade's The Crime of Love, since Rebecca left with the book I wanted. I've read this one before, along with the rest of this works. This will be the
Well,
18th
then.
time, in fact.
I guess she wasn't joking when she was telling Luke that he couldn't handle what she could do.
I guess not. But it's always nice to read through it again, when I don't have the time to enjoy something new. Me though, for real. Besides, we are dealing with people so filthy rich that they end up just plain filthy. Wait. But they just end up plain filthy. You need the good old Marquis sound advice.
Sound is not something I would use to describe the Marquis.
Maybe. But not in the way you're thinking.
sans aucune sorte de conséquence.
Good luck.
Well, she already said it.
I speak French. That we're into being without any consequence. Of course, it's folly to think that things have no consequence when everything actually does. Briar Reality Corporation's Luxborn branch isn't too far off from the city centre. Just a few blocks away, and I can easily eat and walk.
Sorry, Briar Reality?
Oh, fuck. Really? Reading! I'm so good at it! I'm great at it, you guys!
It's just like, oh shit, we've slipped into another reality. Or
Well,
we're starting to talk
actually,
about
we
virtual
might have.
reality.
We have not confirmed whether we are real world or not.
Fair, but also maybe it's just a virtual reality company now. It's no longer a realty company. Getting that good VR in.
Oh, God. I can't. I live for VR horror games.
Dude,
Imagine the
playing-
ghost
no,
lady
no,
in
no,
VR.
no, 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 no.
Oh, come on!
Game
It'll be
in VR.
fun!
Like, I'm imagining playing this game in VR, like, all the spook scare scenes that happen. It's like, nah, I'm good. I'll
Didn't
go back to...
RE7 have VR?
Yeah.
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 I want.
I think I'll just go back to playing Subnautica in VR.
Yeah, oh, yeah, because that's not scary at all.
No, of course not.
I would love to play VR, but money.
Same.
We kill Luke. We take his money, and we create VR.
Okay.
That's
Sounds
how it
like
works.
a great idea.
I'm in.
I'd rather use this time to rest before I go into a flurry of activity. No doubt, there'll be so much to do once we get hands-on with the mansion. What a
City Rep
mansion!
been
I
working
can't
on another
stop.
condo at least.
Surely, no matter how much BRC and the old owners put into the restoration and the preservation of the place, any big repairs would be superficial at most. I am quite certain that, in their haste to sell the property, they did a rush job. It isn't an infrequent thing to do, despite how it is frowned upon. Especially because it costs money. There'll be a lot of hidden issues that I will need to weed out, and I have to make sure I find every single one of them, especially the more serious damages. Structural integrity is definitely on top of the list we will have to consider. The building might look sturdy, but is centuries old. That alone will likely pose a few problems here and there, but limitations on what we can do. Besides, despite how much I detest these rich snobs, they can pay rather handsomely, so long as I do an excellent job and do more than necessary. Those two things always made sure the referrals kept coming. I don't even have to hunt down projects for myself. When I do go up to VRC's office, I can't help but stop and stare when I enter the building. With the lunch hour closing, employees should have been back already. They still aren't filtering through the doors. I get that it's a Saturday. That people probably feel tired and lazy to be working on a weekend. But they're still on the clock and not bumming about wasting company time on extended lunch breaks and cigarette sessions. The office is spacious, as it is with these big corporations. Each person is given their little space of what's usually a 2 by 2 meter cubicle. There's a lot more empty chairs than there are actual people working at their desks.
Because they're dead.
It reminds me far too much of my last day at Porter's Cove projects, during the massive layoffs due to the Irish economic crisis. But it isn't just that, though. Everything is as quiet as a grave. Heh. It's as if these people are merely ghosts. Heh. Speaking of ghosts, Santos comes in through the door, looking as if she's just seen one. She looks at me, wide-eyed like a deer caught in the headlights, ready to bolt at any moment. I'd ask, out of concern, but I feel it's not my position to do so. Is this because we chose not to to interact with her.
When?
When we were playing Isabella at this part.
I can't recall us having a choice here to not interact with her. Like, I recall there was in regards to Isabella and Marianne, there was the question of, we'll talk with our supervisor, or I don't know, and we chose, we'll talk with the supervisor. And then they met once, and you could choose to talk about her cat or her job.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
It's gonna have to be one of those affected this.
Yeah. What if it's something personal? I'd simply be overstepping my boundaries. Really, it's none of my business.
I presume that Miss Cooper told you why I'm here, Miss Santos?
Too cute.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just got back from lunch, you know?
So this was the lunch with Becca and Zach.
But it
Mhm.
won't take too
Yeah.
long. Don't worry.
Of course it won't. This whole project has established itself to be a matter done in haste. I do hope it doesn't mean that people are being careless in their duties.
Don't be mean to Isabella.
Yeah.
How could you?
She flinches. It looks like she doesn't quite know how to respond to that. Thankfully, instead of opening her mouth, she leads the way towards her station and goes to fetch the floor plans.
And with that, we will wrap this episode up right here. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Time to make that decision! I've got a gun to you.
What?
Work underwater?
This is not the
Hey,
999
no,
games.
okay? This is a nice, friendly game. Get that away.
But what if this was actually ZTD? This would
ZTD?
Under the sea?
999 game. It's the last one, I believe.
I thought it was the first one.
Zero Time Dilemma, I think, is the last one.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I remember playing 999. That was my very first one.
Yeah, that is the first one.
Okay, you said it was the last one.
No, I said ZTD is the last one.
I had no idea what you're talking about.
It's a good game, Bradley. You should play it.
Don't worry, it's a water gun.
So it's going to do nothing.
Ha! I'm a dad.
Oh god.
And with the
Shotgun.
Passion Festival coming up, now's her chance.
Heck yeah. I better get my tail fin in gear.
So much fourth wall breaking.
Yeah.
Should I try to be a better artist like my friend Angie?
Oh shit.
I didn't think of the the voice beforehand.
I haven't thought of anything.
It'd be fun to draw together to come. Blah. It'd be fun to draw together. Come to art club sometime.
Or maybe I could hone my dance skills, like Delora.
Oh shit.
So cute.
How should I do this? I'm sorry.
Just go straight for
Make
it.
something up on the spot.
yes. I can't make voices, so I'm sorry beforehand. So.
Oh, good.
Join us in dance class, Han. We'd all love to see you more.
Malcolm's always saying I've got a green fin. I'd really like to try gardening more, too.
A green fin might actually be a bacterial infection. You might want to look at that. Wait, come on! Come on out and plant some new stuff with me, neighbor. It's real rewarding. You'll see.
And then there's Thea. She said she'd teach me new fighting techniques. That sounds so cool.
Is it her name? Bia? Bay?
B. It's
It's
B.
Okay.
Bay.
That's right! Come train with me at the dojo! Realize your full potential, Cece! We're gonna be in a fucking shonen anime!